Hello. Are we there? Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we live? Hello. You guys can't fucking tell me. Unless you can. Can you hear me? Hello. I got somebody there, right? See, can it? Oh man. I got somebody there. All right, cool. Hey, Jasmine, how you doing? So, hey, Beth, how you doing? So, hey, Judy, how you doing? So the whole net neutrality thing, man, I got all sorts of comments about it. Some people were saying that it's that Repsion's video was all scare tactics. Hello, Shelly writes. Hello, Ralph. What's up, my dude? Um, and yeah, it's crazy the things that people have been saying. They're just I'm fantastic, Jasmine. I'm glad you're doing good. So some people were saying it was all scare tactics, and that's what it was. And I agree with that. You know, worst case scenarios was another thing I heard, and that's fine. And you can say that, but shouldn't we be planning for the worst case scenarios? You know what I mean? What's up, Jal? And I don't know. It's interesting because take things like the bathroom bill, for instance. Nobody's saying that we don't want to have trans people able to use whatever bathroom they want because holy shit, they're all going to rape people. That's nobody says that. People that say that are fucking crazy. We're worried about rapists using it as loopholes to rape people. So net neutrality, do we need it? Well, are we giving corporations a big loophole to come in and rape us? You know what I mean? That's therein lies the question. So I think we should be planning for the worst case scenario. That should be always on our mind. How can this be used against us, especially if we put it in the law? Well, I believe it was a private. I don't know what any of that is. Like the whole net neutrality issue, it's all so crazy to me because everything you hear about it is one way or another, and it's all very involved. And there's all these acronyms and whatever they're called, SOPA and PIPA. I don't know what the fuck any of this shit is. Like it's so tangled up in all of this jargon. Ralph, thank you. You are the first. Hell yeah, man. Thanks a bunch, dude. And it's I don't know. It's just crazy. What's up, Melinda? It's crazy, this thought that this has to be so complex. What is the issue? I don't know, Jasmine. It's apparently it's a thing that like it's what keeps corporations from essentially like okay, here's the way I kind of worked it out in my mind. There were the first attempts to get rid of net neutrality and they didn't work. Well, okay. Well, I'm gonna toy around with with maybe having like a talk show type format thing where I might be able to have some of you guys bop in and out as callers. We're gonna play with that a little bit later, but like think of it like the internet is essentially infinite space. It exists, right? So because thank you, Cell Bro. So do you want me to call somebody out? But so so it's infinite space. The internet is something that exists and it is infinite in its capabilities. You can put as much anything there as you want to as an individual and as a person, and you should have the right to entirely control what you make because it's what you're making. It is your intellectual property no matter what it may be, and you should be able to regulate on your own what it costs and that sort of thing. And you should be able to play with that as far as markets bear, because that's how companies figure out their prices. They figure out on what the market will bear. Exactly, should. So the way I see it is, on Earth, you buy a plot of land, and that is your plot of land. And the Earth is finite. There is only so many plots of land that can be sold. But if you buy a plot of land, you therefore own it and should be able to put on that whatever you want, a house, a store, whatever. And agree, and according to laws and regulations that are in place by our government, as long as you fit into those for the health and safety of the populace, whatever. So, but the internet is different. It's infinite. So from what I understand, net neutrality is what keeps it infinite. Without net neutrality, it essentially is saying X amount of corporations that control the flow of traffic, and I'll get into that in a second because I understand that concept of it, but they can then say, all right, here's this town of little shops in this infinite space of the internet, but they're in my section of the infinite space. So I can then put a gigantic box over them and say, you have to pay me this toll to even come in and therefore fuck around in this little city. And if I understand that to kind of be the way that it is, that's fucked up. You know what I mean? And yeah, a government utility. There you go. It should be available for everybody at the same cost for everybody, dependent on your usage. And there you go. Bam. Fantastic. But that there is where I don't think the internet is anything like socialism, Jow, because fucking socialism is something that everybody pays into equally to get the equal benefit out of it. And the internet is there for everybody, period. There is no anything like that. We all keep it going because of the fact that we all get on it. If nobody got on the internet, if everybody decided to just not get on the internet tomorrow, fucking there'd be nothing. It wouldn't exist. There'd be nobody bothering with it. If we just stopped using it, it would go away. So to say that it's open to everybody at everybody's cost, that's socialism. Everybody gets to use it because everybody's paying into it, and therefore it is free to everybody. But nobody pays into it. It just exists. We pay for the access. We pay to be able to get on it and be able to do that sort of thing. So, that's where it's different as to how the system is. There's no system to the internet, Jal. If anything, it's capitalism. If anything, it's capitalism. You can get on there and dictate your market with your product and what you're going to sell it for. It's pure capitalism. Using what other people have created in order to make money on your own. Well, I don't know. I think at this point, I want to, if any of you are followed to me on Twitter, send me a DM and I'll send you the link. And if you'd like to get on and kind of chat about this with me, I would be happy to do that because I think that would be a lot of fun. I'd like to get some of you guys on if you want to. Because I don't want to just sit here and talk to the chat because I got to read shit. You restrict your bandwidth usage, even website or service like Netflix. Exactly. I can decide what to do with my little piece of infinity that is connected to everything. Equal parts socialism. Yeah. And I don't think that's right to say, even though anybody should be able to have access to this, I'm going to say no because you happen to reside in my little portion of infinite space. It's ridiculous. Equal parts socialism, equal parts capitalism. Fuck that shit. Social democrat, social democracy. It's democratic socialism. It's socialism you vote on, but it's still fucking socialism. It's still socialism. It's socialism you choose. It's chosen slavery. I want to pay for everybody, and fuck it, I don't care. It's I mean, come on. I don't know. It's just democratic socialism. That always makes me laugh. Bend my neck. I'm bending my neck. You see? Dance. I don't have a thing. Linda, I think you're smart. You're very smart. I'm not paying for anyone's boob job. There you go. Catch you in another chat when I have something to offer. You found a topic I don't have. Yeah. Well, that's cool, Ren. Thanks for dropping by. Nobody wants to come on and chat with me? God damn you. I want to have a conversation about that. I want to fucking jump in. You gotta hang out, right? You follow me on Twitter. I could send you a link. I mean, obviously, it's anybody's choice to do it, but I mean, I've pretty much run out. This is working pretty well. I like this. The pub across the street is having an outdoor concert, and I could barely hear shit. That sucks. Check was always developing anything. Who knows? Anybody have anything else they want to talk about? Melinda is Jacqueline Glenn in disguise. Oh, Jacqueline Glenn. I would have absolutely nothing to talk with Jacqueline Glenn about. We would probably shit talk about Anision. Ralph's at work. Everybody's at work. Byron. Hate your voice. Fucking my voice is not a treat. Jesus. And if your mic works well enough to get spoken word across there. You keep asking for this, Jal. You keep saying you want to talk to me. Here you go. All right, let me. This will be fun. Confronting one of my strongest opposition. This will be a blast. Where are you, Jal? Have you? Did you send me a? See, this is where I always watch streams and I'm like, ugh, god damn it. Where are you at, Joe? I need to find you so that I can tweet you. I know you follow me on. There you are. All right, I am sending you the link now. See, what sucks is I can't see what you guys are saying right now because. All right. Not opposition so much. All right, what did I miss? What did I miss? All right, you got a lady to do here. Tiffany Twisted Eye. No, the net neutrality really hasn't been on my mind a lot. It's just somebody brought it up, wanted me to talk about it, and I was like, that's cool. I'll be happy to talk about it. Oops. What? No, stop. But yeah, somebody said talk about it, and I tried to look into it, and I'm like, it's like the thing that's surprised. Anybody remember tort reform? I brought this up in the forward for the Repsion video. If you remember tort reform, it was a thing that everybody was like, we need to fucking get no tort reform. And then as people were finding out what exactly tort reform meant and what was going on, and they were getting rid of it, and it was like, oh shit. Yeah, you need the app, I think, Melinda. I send you the link, and then you put the link in, and then you essentially call in, pretty much. Sean wants to be his Psy. Yeah, I don't know who Psy is. I know that was a Anision thing. Like that was his friend, and then now they don't like each other or something. I don't even know. Everything with him is just so much more than it should need to be. He's a weird guy. I would love to talk to him, but I mean, it's like everybody's saying, "Oh, debate him." What am I debate him? You don't debate Onision. There's no debating him. You sit there and then he just annoys you until you freak out. And then he takes the clip of you freaking out and goes, look what an asshole. And that's how you debate Onision. Using Google Chrome. I'm not using Google Chrome. So if you're talking to me, Joy's butt buddy. Oh, I have no idea then. Sorry, Shotbot Bigelow. I wanted to test this sort of thing out just to see what it's like, how it works, if I can get it to work. Yeah, fucking ranting monkey. I said that, put that in his comments section. I'm like, did you make this because my people have been pestering you? And he's like, no, it's a coincidence. And I'm like, haha. He's like, but if it makes him happy, good for you. And I'm like, yeah, it'll make him happy. All right, Belinda, hold on. I gotta get you. I think I should be able to just use the same link, so that should work. Do you? Oh shit! Have you DM'd me before? I hope so. Melinda, I don't know. Yeah, I don't see you. Do you follow me on Twitter, Melinda?
Let's see. This is
shit. That's loud.
Sorry.
No. It's my fault. I have my headset turned way up. So, because I just wasn't thinking that I was gonna have other people like. What actually going
on? Microphone's actually working, huh?
Yeah. Is this you, Jal? Funny enough, I was expecting a girl. I don't know. I mean, your pick is a girl, so I guess that's probably why.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was expecting. What did I hit? I hit something. Shit.
Yeah, it actually works.
So, how you doing, man? What's going on?
I'm doing.
So you're a socialist, a democratic socialist. You like Bernie, is what it is.
I'm hearing a major reverb here on my headphones for some reason.
Are you?
I don't know what the hell.
Do you have the stream turned on? Because that would probably be it.
Yeah, that would be it. I'll pause that. There we go.
There you go.
There we go. I'll just pause the live stream.
Right on. So you're pretty much you're a Bernie supporter, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of where you probably heard us democratic socialism, because Bernie.
No, I was that way before Bernie.
Way before Bernie. So what is it about a socialism that you think is so great, other than the free lunch idea that doesn't exist?
Okay, this is the problem you're having here. I don't believe in Marxism.
All right.
It's completely different from Marxism. The New Age socialism movement is basically equal parts capitalism with a little bit of regulation.
With a little bit of regulation.
Yeah, it's just capitalism with some regulation.
You kind of roboted there for a second.
Oh, sorry.
You're good. Keep going.
Okay. But yeah, it's basically capitalism with just moderate regulations put in place in order so corporations can't screw over the little person, basically.
So you want capitalism?
Yeah.
But with regulation. So you want what we got?
Yeah. Basically, yeah.
So then why are you a Bernie supporter? Why don't you support Trump? Because Trump pretty much wants to keep what we got. He wants to dial back all the crap that Obama did to make things more Marxist and socialist, and make it more fair and democratic as far as things go.
Well, see, whenever you're giving millions of dollars of tax cuts to the rich people, it's not helping out the middle class. In fact, it's hurting the middle class.
Now, why do you think that is?
Okay, think about this.
All right.
Millionaires, what do they do with their money?
They invest it in companies and therefore people that they have to hire to run and employ those companies.
What else do they do with their money?
They buy things which are made by people that are employed by companies and paid by companies.
But they also stash millions of that money overseas where it's not taxed.
Okay. They can do that.
Yeah, and that's a problem. Because
why is that a problem?
Because that money is no longer going back into the system.
Really? So if I make just to throw out a round number, if I make $1 million a year and I put 100,000 away for myself for the future, and then I invest 500,000 into companies and whatnot to employ people, and then I spend 300,000, and then 200,000 I just live on, like $100,000 of the money is all that's being lost. That's a, you know, that's kind of a sad argument. They're allowed to put away money. It's the same way that I put away money in a 401k and it didn't get taxed until I took it out.
Yeah, but you're still, whenever you take it out, it gets taxed. When they take it out, it doesn't get taxed. It doesn't get taxed at all.
Well, we can't regulate what happens overseas. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So if they're stashing it overseas, we can't. What are we going to do about that?
I know that exactly.
Make it illegal for an American citizen to use an overseas bank with their money?
Well, to use specific banks, yes.
Why specific banks?
Because or pretty much criminal organizations that are harboring trillions of dollars that are never going to get touched, period. They don't pull it out. That's the problem. They stash money and it stays
and it just sits there forever.
Yeah.
And they never ever use it.
Yeah.
What's the point of doing that? Why would somebody even do that?
They do it every day.
Well, yeah, but I'm not asking how often they do it. I'm asking why would they do that? Like, why would you make money and stash it away just never to use it?
Exactly, because they're making so much money that they really can't do anything else with it.
So then they're making a surplus of money, which therefore would have no purpose anyways. I mean,
well, if it went back into the economy, it would definitely serve a purpose.
True, but sooner or later that money's going to get spent. It doesn't just sit in the bank indefinitely. Oh, yeah, sooner or later these people die, that money moves on to their heirs or whatever, or it gets whatever, or that country inevitably seizes it and says nobody owns this anymore except us, so it's fucking ours.
Well, see, the thing is, they do it strictly to avoid taxes. That's the whole reason they do it, to avoid taxes.
I'm with you there. I get that.
Also, think about this. I know you probably don't want to raise the minimum wage or anything, but just consider this for a minute.
I don't like the minimum wage at all.
Oh, you want to get rid of the minimum wage altogether?
I think it's terrible for black people. I think it's terrible for teenagers who are coming into the workforce. I think it's an awful practice.
Well, think about this. What would happen if you did increase the minimum wage? I want to hear your opinion on what would happen. If
you increased it?
Yeah.
To what? What even is it now? I'm not even entirely sure what it is now. Like
it's $10. $7.50
right. $7.50?
$7.50 right now.
$7.50. So what would you want to increase it to?
Let's just say an even $10.
$10 even. All right. So that's going to raise prices because the company doesn't pay that money. Like the company doesn't pay its employees. The customer does, because the customer buys the product. So if the customer is buying the product and it's being made for a higher wage, they're going to have to absorb that cost, because the company's not going to just say, oh, we're just going to pay everybody $3 more, cut our bottom line up, X amount of millions, billions of dollars, whatever, and we're just going to eat that. Like, that doesn't happen. That money comes from somewhere. So it gets divvied up and it gets put into the cost. Labor is put into the cost of every cheeseburger you eat, every item you buy, everything that you do.
Yeah, but think about this. Why then, when Seattle raised it to $15 an hour, it actually increased profits, it increased motility, and it decreased prices of services and everything.
Because quite simply, it was incentive for those people who are riding the welfare system to just go ahead and get a job because they were going to make more money.
But it decreased prices on everything pretty much. And
it decreased prices on everything?
Yes, it decreased prices. Them raising
probably, I would say that probably came from an influx of workers, which made it cheaper to manufacture things.
Exactly.
As it becomes cheaper to manufacture, yeah, but you can't do that. I mean, that can work for a while, but as demand begins to grow, as that area, as that state or whatever becomes more prosperous, it's going to get more people. As it gets more people, demand is going to go up, and when demand goes up, that's going to mean the prices are going to have to go up.
Yeah, but think about this also. Whenever you increase demand, well, okay, you increase supply, right?
Uh-huh.
Increasing supply decreases demand.
Gotcha.
The demand goes down, prices go down.
Uh-huh.
Therefore, I mean, it's the free market.
Yeah.
Exactly. The free market decides on what prices are set.
Yeah.
Therefore, if you pay your employees more, they are more willing to go out and buy more items, thus lowering the cost of everything.
That's true, but how much do people need? Sooner or later, that's gonna slow up.
Yeah, and then it'll equalize.
Equalize. Yeah, but again, happy, wealthy people fucking have children. So when they fucking have children, they have more people, and then those people are gonna be happy and wealthy, and they're gonna fucking have more children, and then it gets to an influx where you're gonna have a lot of people, and
Yeah.
and demand is going to go up because those people are all gonna want stuff too.
But see, what I would suggest would be just a wage where it's actually sustainable to live, to where they don't have to go on food stamps and other welfare organizations. Just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you have to get a job to make that level of money. I started off working minimum wage jobs, and then I got up to a point where I had enough experience and knowledge and work history under my belt where I could demand a higher wage. That's why I don't like minimum wages at all. Because if you start off at a lower wage, you know, you're more likely to hire less skilled people, like people just coming out of high school.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
So
yeah, that is a problem that I have too.
Would you pay a person, a 16-year-old right out, or you know, still in high school? Would you pay them $15 an hour to do anything?
I think actually, I just had a brilliant idea.
Uh-huh.
We'd have a starter wage, then the minimum wage. A starter wage for, you know, people just coming out of high school until they're a certain age, say 21.
Yeah, but when you put floors on things, you remove everybody's power. You give all of the power to the company. You don't like companies having power over you. Why would you want to do that? Yeah, if there is no floor wage, I can come in and say, look, I'm desperate for work. I need to feed my family. I'm willing to take a lower wage if you would be willing to hire me over somebody else. Like, women always complain about equal pay for equal men. It's the stupidest or equal work. It's the stupidest concept in the world. Because if I was a woman, I would want for somebody who's going to discriminate me against me based solely on that. I would want them to have to pay a premium for that.
Well, we already know the wage gap is bullshit anyway.
Exactly. And the reason it's because we have these minimum wages and stuff like that. But you can't, as a woman, say, look, I'm willing to do the work for less. Okay. You know what I mean?
Just went robot for a second.
Yeah. So, but when you say, I'll hire a man and I'll pay him $12, but I'd hire a woman for the same position and only pay her $10, who's not going to do that? Like, to say we demand equal wages, it's like, well, shit. That's taking away all of your bidding power, your bargaining, your ability to sell yourself is a better idea.
But I think we need a minimum wage in place because of places like China.
We don't have any influence over China.
No, I mean, no, not that. I'm saying, if you look at China, they have no minimum wage. They have people over there working for literally cents a day.
Yeah.
We don't want that over here. We want at least
they also live in a horrible fucking government structure that allows them to do that because they don't regulate in that manner. We would at least regulate to the point where you can't give slave wages. I mean, somebody could walk in saying, I'll take $1 an hour and that's slave wages. And you can't do that. You have to at least give somebody a living wage, something that can be, you know, whatever. But
exactly my point.
But what is your living wage?
The living wage would be anything that would put you over, just slightly over the poverty line.
Just slightly over. What is the poverty line to you? Because the poverty line in Africa is very different than the poverty line here.
True. Poverty line in, say, like in South Carolina, which is where I live, is $9,000 a year.
$9,000 a year. That's pretty fucking poor.
Yeah, I'm making about that.
Wow. Yeah, that would be poverty. That's pretty rough. I mean, that's not even $1,000 a month. Not even close.
No.
Yeah, I mean, but what does that break down to hourly? You know what
hourly,
I mean? What is the average hourly pay? Like
average hourly
$3, $4, slave wages. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, I mean, I think it's fine to say $7, you know, like put a floor in and say it can't be any less than this because that's just ridiculous. But to say you have to pay everybody this and it has to be $15 an hour, first of all, I'm going to work for McDonald's. I can live on for $15 an hour. I'm gonna work at a gas station, man. I'm gonna find the least intensive piece of work, but that's where I'm doing the least amount of productivity as well.
But also, you've got to think about this as well. Whenever you're, factoring in how much that burger is going to cost if you do pay them $15 an hour, all of their money doesn't go towards food. They go towards the labor. They go towards the food. They go towards electricity, the water bill, everything else.
Yeah.
The food is actually, I've actually looked this up, and it's around 30% of what they actually spend.
Well, yeah, I mean, sales is markup at least 200% or something like that. 100%.
Yeah, sales is marked up about 250 to 300%.
Yeah, exactly. Because you still got to make a profit, and everybody wants to expand.
Unless you're living, like, say, in California, then the markup's about 600 or 700%.
Yeah, it does get more expensive in certain areas. That's for sure. But you've got a much higher median income in those areas because that's where you have your billionaires. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because those are the major hubs, like financial hubs. You know,
like in a small place like South Carolina, like where I live. Oh yeah, you can call me Chris instead of Jal.
Okay, Chris.
Yeah, Chris.
You can call me Andy.
Hi, Andy.
You can call me Mr. Thomas.
But no, like in a place like South Carolina or Kentucky, the minimum wage is going to be lower.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just. I mean, like down here in South Carolina. To live
the minimum wage set by state?
Well, some states are higher, like in Oregon, in Seattle, the minimum wage right now is I think it's at $10 an hour, and they're going to go up by 2020 to $15 an hour.
Huh? No shit.
That's in Seattle.
So it is a state-based minimum wage then.
Well, there's a government minimum wage, there's a federal minimum wage, and then there's a state-by-state minimum wage. The state cannot be any lower than the federal minimum wage.
Gotcha. So there already is kind of like a floor in place, and then everybody just kind of tools around with it from there. Well, there you go. You've got it, John.
Just like
Chris, what more do you want? You've got everything you want, man. All your dreams are coming true.
I want more people to be off of welfare, frankly.
Well, we got to get jobs.
Yeah, and to do that, you pay more money.
No, it's not that simple. It's not that simple as we just pay more money to people and then bam, jobs. You know what I mean? We pay more money to the people that own the companies, and then they expand more, and then bam, jobs.
That's the problem. Some of them don't expand. So some of them do. Don't get me wrong.
Well, we can't force expansion on people.
That's another, issue.
And if they don't expand, then they put their own ceiling on their earnings.
Yeah.
Worldwide companies make a hell of a lot more than local companies.
See, like I told you earlier, not opposition. We agree more on everything than we disagree, man.
No, I think you're just brainwashed. I think you got.
I think you're a little bit brainwashed too.
Yeah, but I like my brainwashing. Yours sucks. You want fucking socialism. And that's never good.
I want equality for everybody, but
you're never going to have equality for everybody, man. It's impossible.
I know it's impossible, but it's a good dream to have. God damn it.
Well, hey, you can wish in one hand and shit in the other, and see which gets filled faster, my friend. But you're going to just be sitting there with a handful of shit, and that's not fun. All right, I'm going to get Melinda in here. Because she sent me a message, so now I've got her, and so I can do that. So get the fuck out of here, man. No, it's nice talking to you, dude. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for hashing out with me, and that was fun. All right, let's get Melinda. Now, what's going on? What's going on? What are we talking about in the chat? I'm sorry, I didn't pay any attention to the chat at all because whenever I did, I would just look at the chat, and then Chris would talk, and I would not be paying attention to what he was saying, and I felt like he got a couple over on me because of it, so I stopped paying attention. I think you put the link into Google Hangouts. Like you go to join something and then you put the link in. Please don't ask me. See, bro, what from coming on? Sorry, I was being so negative about it. Well, I was negative about it. I don't know. I missed all that. I'm a noob. Yeah, I don't know how any of this shit works. I made a Discord server. You can find that in the descriptions now. And I made a Discord server, but fuck if I know how any of that shit works. So I'm gonna have to have you guys teach me how to do it. You know what I mean? Because I don't know what I'm doing. Where you at, Melinda? Did you get it? See, this is why. Fucking streams. I hate streams. I didn't read my comments. No, I didn't read your comments during the conversation. I'm gonna see if there's any way for me to be able to scroll up. And you know what? Fuck it. Since we're waiting on Melinda. Somebody might have just gotten saved by Melinda.
Holy God. Is that showing my video?
That is showing your video. It is.
I see that. That's why I'm like holding it against the wall.
So I'm on with a wood paneled wall. How are you doing today?
I'm feeling woody. Little brown.
How you doing, Melinda?
Oh,
What's
God.
going on? So what do you got? What do you got for the show?
Okay.
What go time. Perform.
I don't know. I'm going in the closet.
I don't even get out of the closet, Melinda. You got 23 people watching you right now. The 24. Holy shit.
It?
What do you say to everybody?
Whew. You say hello.
Warning. Warning.
Oh my God. I don't want to show my face. I was not face ready.
Well, I saw forehead.
I was like, I'm going to turn that fucking thing off.
So what's up? How you doing?
Not much.
There you are. Hey, look at you.
Oh my God. So I'm going to get this shit set up. I'm retarded.
Yeah, all I ask is that people have themselves ready to go by the time they come on, but I did kind of spring this on you. I did.
Block my face.
Yes, whoever that was, it was a very difficult to pronounce looking name. It had an
I
X
can't
and a
even
V.
see the chat.
You can't see the chat? Well, you got to look at the...
I don't wonder if I can like exit this app and then like view the chat somehow.
I have no clue.
I don't like showing my face.
So I'm doing all this through my computer. Are you on your phone?
Yeah, I'm on my phone.
Yeah, see, I don't know how phones work for that kind of shit.
I don't know how phones work either, but I'm using one.
Being self-aware is a sign of intelligence.
Oh my God, you should get that Shelly girl on here. She was funny.
Shelly.
We were having a conversation about joy.
Oh God.
She just went live. She literally went live the same time you did.
Did she?
Like 10 minutes, 15 minutes after.
That's funny. Well, I don't think she's taken all my viewers. Maybe I might have 1,000 viewers if only she wasn't on. Damn it.
She gets quite the amount of super chats. It's quite astonishing.
Yeah, good for her. You know, like, hey, everybody's got to make money, right? Some people are tax collectors. I don't know.
Exactly.
But I just, I don't know. Like the thing that I think is dirty, it's how you purport yourself in more than just when you're doing your streams. So she always talks about how sick she is and how she's broke and this, that, and the other thing. And then she goes on to streams and it's like it's almost like you're looking at the cancer patient while you're donating.
Oh, it drives me nuts how much every time she's got to say, I'm sick. I'm like, okay, people are sick, but they don't say it every 5 seconds.
Yeah, I'm not feeling good today. I wasn't gonna do this, but you know, I just thought, hey,
I'm just gonna do it anyway.
I'm just gonna make a quick video, and then 15 minutes later, she's like, all right, I'm just gonna wrap this up, and then talks for another 10 minutes, and it's like,
I'm trying to figure out if I could turn this video off.
Put tape over it. I'm sure you should be able. Maybe
I think I got it.
Oh, there you go. See,
there
you go. There's your Antifa picture.
Okay, that feels better.
Your Antifa picture.
Audio. Oh, that feels so much better. I don't feel so exposed, and I just got my cord caught on my door. That was fun.
So is that what you wanted to get on about, bitch about joy?
I don't know. I need a topic.
Well, hey, I started talking about net neutrality. If you want to switch it up, switch it up.
I don't know if I can be as smart as that other guy, man.
Well, is there anything I've said that you don't agree on? That would be a place to start.
Not yet.
Is there anything you want to vent about or anything? Is there anything you want to be like, oh, I can't believe this? We can get dirty.
Sure I'll think about it in the chat. I mean, I wish I could see the chat. I want to like try to exit.
Everybody's saying don't be shy. Fucking talk.
Oh, well, I don't need a topic.
Well, you started to, what were you guys talking about, Joy? Just that she's sick? Or that she started a stream?
Let me think for a second.
Are you nervous in the service? Is that what it is?
I just don't. Man, YouTube gives me a heart attack.
What?
I don't know what it is. It's like if I'm on YouNow, it's fine. It's like I don't have to worry about too many people.
What's the difference?
YouTube, it's like, I don't know, man. I never did this before.
It's just beginner's thing? Well, guess what?
It's just like the first time.
Either.
First time for everything.
It's our first time together. Ooh.
Oh my goodness. That little puppy face.
I'm gonna turn the chat off for a second. How you doing?
Are you going into ASMR mode?
Oh God. Whatever the fuck it is that they do. Those things are so weird. I think hashtag stay negative did an ASMR video where he was reading like statistics of serial killers.
I wish we could get him on here.
I'm like, you can't fucking do that shit. If he would get in, I would definitely have him on.
I think he would. Oh
yeah, he'd stream with me.
He came to my YouNow stream the other day.
I think, was it you that said come to the YouNow and I missed it?
Probably.
Yeah, I think I missed
it. He showed up though. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah. Dude, we're people like anything else and we're bored all day long. That's why we do YouTube.
Exactly. I know. That's what I always think. I'm like, they're just fucking bored people.
That's all we are. I might go ahead and talk for a second.
About what? Did he just go to take a shit? I really wish I could see the chat. Like, that would help so much. If I could figure out if I could close this app.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to figure if I can see the chat without ending the call.
All right.
Damn it. I wonder if there's anybody who's like got some real topics to talk about. I mean, I'm sure you can get more than one person on here.
I don't want to cough like into everybody's face. So I had a coughing fit. So I was like, oh, hold on a second. All right. I'm
gonna try to close this real quick and see if I can get to the chat.
Everybody wait and listen for her to disappear.
Ooh, it stayed on.
Oh, there you go. Why do you need the chat? The chat isn't the same shit, man.
I can see it now.
On the 9, what's the temp at the time?
That's better.
All that. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is the Egocast live, and we're on with Melinda. Melinda, what do you have for us?
Now I can see the chat. People are talking about a lot of shit.
Is that what you have, Melinda?
Transgender. What do you want me to have, motherfucker?
You were the one that wanted on.
I just wanted to talk.
Well,
hi, Shelly.
What's going on?
I see chat people. What do we want to talk about? Angels. Oh my god.
Well, you want to be a guest? Is that what it is? Angels. What about you?
Yeah, fucking. I think Joy's angels are really coming out lately.
The angels.
I think she can't. Now, she can't hold back her fire.
All right. Maybe this will be what your bit will be. The angels thing. I don't. What is that? All I know is that she said at some point she talks to angels, but I only heard that through the chat.
Yeah,
the comments. Explain that to me.
I don't know. It was in this one YouTube video that this I want to say gay guy. I don't know. He talked really funny, but he just kept talking about how she created a cult and she believes in angels, and there's this huge thing on some website that had like a blog she made about angels and how they were like, I don't know, it was some weird thing she was apparently into, but nobody can confirm or deny.
Well, hey, everybody was into something weird at one point. I used to sell vacuum cleaners.
Right.
It's
just funny.
Honestly, unless you've ever worked selling vacuum cleaners door to door, you don't really know what a cult is like unless you've actually been in a cult. But you get a pretty good idea from selling vacuum cleaners door to door, I got to tell you. Every day we would get together, right? And we would get in our little fucking thing, and then they would play out of
Martin Lewis. She was an indigo child.
Oh.
That video.
Yes, yeah. But so we would sit all in these rows in this chair, and they had like a little stage up front, and this guy would press play on a shitty fucking radio, and it would play like upbeat music, and this dude would run in, and everybody'd clap, and he'd get really pumped, and he'd tell everybody, "We're gonna sell," and it was like, I'm sitting there like the person I am. I don't buy into that kind of like I can suspend disbeliefs and turn off my brain and just watch movies, and just but I can't be like sitting there going, this dude's great, because he's a douche, and I'm looking at a douche running around on the stage, and screaming, and I'm like, this is fucking uncomfortable. So yeah, I can only imagine what actual cults must be like. Probably the same thing.
I know. I mean, if they really like exist, like they probably do. I mean,
oh yeah. Well, I mean, God's Child or whatever it was. There's all manner of cults, man. Scientology, pretty much.
The Path. Have you seen that show on Hulu?
The Pact.
The Path.
The Path.
Path. No. God, that was hard to say.
No, I have no.
Well, it's about a cult, and it's got that guy from Breaking Bad in it, so I thought maybe.
Which guy from Breaking Bad?
The one who says bitch.
Oh, Jesse?
Yeah, him.
Yeah, him. Jesse! No, I've never heard of that one.
Well, it's a good show. You should watch it then. Anyway.
All right.
The leader is a gay porn. These comments are fucking interesting. If it's a sex cult, I'm in. They're all sex cults.
Sex.
The Path is awesome. Oh, there's a game too, apparently. Sounds like cancer.
What's a game? You're reading
all the shit. I don't know.
I'm trying to see what
I know, right?
I'm trying to see what's. Forgive me, everybody. I know that this is probably kind of silly, but I'm trying to see what's going to be optimal for making sure that I see everything and whatnot. So, forgive me.
It is a test.
It is a test. This is a test.
Testicle stream.
So you don't actually have anything?
Dude, you're killing me. What do you want me to talk? I mean, I'm sure I could have something. You can take somebody else.
Well, does anybody else have anything?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. If somebody else has anything.
Let me see. If anybody has anything they want to talk about, send me a message on Twitter, and I will send you the link, and you can jump in with me.
No, Shelly.
And
no BuzzFeed.
And apparently, what about BuzzFeed?
We don't need any more BuzzFeed. You could talk about BuzzFeed for days.
What about BuzzFeed? Who gives a shit about BuzzFeed?
It's just crap. Exactly.
I just make fun of them because they're dumb videos.
Precisely.
Antifa? Ugh. It's terrorists. Like, it's so interesting I guess because you don't blow things up, you're not really a terrorist, but you can break everything that you touch. And somehow that's just fine. I don't get that one either.
Joy wants people to be reminded of her when they hear that song. When they hear what song?
What song?
I don't know.
Touched by an Angel?
I can't. Like a virgin. Touched by Onision for the very first time.
Oh,
dude, she went nuts when Onision, like, talked. She's going nuts about Keemstar right now. Like,
yeah,
they're buddies. It's fucking weird.
He tweeted me once, so we're best friends.
I know. I was like, and you had to make a video about this? I left a comment and I was like,
I mean, I
useless video number 580 million.
Well, to be fair, I made a video about Toon putting a meme that I sent him in one of his videos, but
you're different.
Well, no, I don't say that. When I do that kind of shit, I try to give something else with it too. I try to double up. I'm not just sit there and talk about how Keemstar tweeted me for half an hour.
I don't know. She just gives me this bad feeling. Like, ever since she started, I've just had this bad feeling about her.
Well, I mean, I don't think she's. I hope that she's not going to actually do any real harm. But it is just weird. Like, her behavior is just off. She employs a lot of little subtle mental manipulations, and I don't like that right off the bat. Like, there's one thing to be humble, but it's another thing when you're like, I don't know, when you're like this. Look at how humble I am. Like, I do that jokingly. I'm like, I'm the most humble guy you'll ever meet. And
holier than thou type mentality.
Yeah, I just, and she's always sick, and it's always something, and it's always, I know I look terrible. Every video, I know I look terrible. And it's like, well,
and they all start out with, I didn't mean to do this video, or I wasn't planning. It's like bullshit.
It's almost 37, Tiffany. It's almost Beth. Look at Beth on it. Yeah, pop quiz. Ducky, fuck you, man. I got a couple more years.
Oh, I bet he's like 30 something.
30.
40. 40?
Somebody said 42.
38?
Hell no.
69?
He died. I was born in 08. That's 1908 for you kids out there.
That's a good question.
What
do you guys want to accomplish by the end of your life?
Fuck, man. Just living well.
More than this.
That's it. Just living well and pulling as much fun out of this plane of existence as possible.
Right? This matrix.
Somebody just came in and they could already tell we're talking about Joy.
Oh God, she infuriates me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. She doesn't really.
I can see that. Like, she's not worth getting mad about, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, everybody gets, their own little things rubbed in them the wrong way, and some people, man, like me, guilt trips. I despise when people try to guilt trip me, because everybody my whole life has tried to guilt trip me for one thing or another. So I'm very attuned to it. You know what I mean? So when somebody tries to guilt trip me, I immediately shut down, get real defensive and aggressive. Like, I get angry when people try to guilt trip me in front of my face. So I can understand how she could make people furious. I totally get that circumstantially. But like, the amount of anger that she gets, I think, is a lot of that online anger, where it's like everybody's angry because the more angry you are, then the better creatively you are when you come up with your whatever, your slander.
I feel like she overdoes it with how passionate she is about certain topics that I feel like she really might not even have any interest in, other than
I mean,
there's some views.
Like so Daddy 05, they took all their abuse content down, right? And now, from what I understand, I mean, I haven't gone to his fucking channel. I have no desire to whatsoever. What do they have up on there? From what I understand, it's gaming.
It's crap. It's cringe.
Well,
it's
cringy
fucking
crap,
cringe.
Is he still abusing the kids?
No, not in the videos. Of course not. So, I mean, there's nothing. We don't have anything because too many people just started, we got to take this down. We got to take this down, when we should have just analyzed the motherfucker.
Well, okay, so he abuses the kids on YouTube. Those videos get taken down. They go away for a while. They come back. Now they're doing not abuse content. So why is she still talking about him? If it isn't, I just hate that guy so much.
I don't know if she is really talking about it.
She's done videos about him for the past couple of days.
Well, yeah, she's done tons, but she didn't do one recently. Although
the past couple of days,
I'm surprised she hasn't.
She has.
Did she?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I look at her every day.
I saw the Onision one.
No, I'm bringing it up right now.
Yeah.
You wait, you watch. Fucking. I have to figure out how to get it. See, okay, so we got Keemstar. That's our last one.
Yeah, you could put stuff on the screen.
She got her strike removed. We got Onision. Secret news. New exciting secret news. She doesn't know what she's doing. And then we got this guy that's one of her subscribers, this poor kid. And then we got some other stuff. And then
that situation is weird.
But I could have. There we go. Okay, 4 days ago, Daddy 05 police report. Bam.
Oh.
4 days ago. 1 week ago, Daddy 05 fans trying to terminate. Well, that's different. Daddy 05 fans love kids being hurt and threats. That's a great title. Whenever you're saying that the fans are supportive of abuse, that's always going to get my favorite one, right? This is my favorite title of hers. Not many people have said anything about this, and I'm not going to make a whole video about it because it's ridiculous. So the YouTuber that shot her boyfriend, right? The pregnant girl that shot her boyfriend for the thing, a very sad story. Joy's title for her video: "Pregnant YouTuber Killed."
That's horrible.
That's her title for her video. Pregnant YouTuber killed.
Her titles are retarded.
But the pregnant YouTuber didn't get killed. She killed the other guy. So why would you say pregnant YouTuber killed as your title unless you're literally clickbaiting the shit out of it?
Dude, that's fucking weird.
It's not even an honest title. She shot him. The guy died. Pregnant YouTuber killed.
I feel like she plays up like her typos too.
Exactly.
Like people are like she's known for having lots of typos, so she figures, I can shove that shit in there and then just play it off as a typo.
Yeah, and nobody's called that out yet. But like I said, not going to do a whole video about it because
I feel like a lot of her fans are just gullible, very gullible.
Yeah.
And just I don't know why they're sending her so much money.
Well, I mean, why do people send Anita Sarkeesian $250,000 to make 5 shitty videos? Man. You know what I mean? Like, people get behind what they get behind. Why the fuck do people give me money? You know what I mean?
True.
So,
well, you give more common sense approach to shit.
Well, does that make my opinion worth more than hers? It's still my opinion.
Actually, well, to me, I'd rather pay for yours than hers.
Well, thank you very much.
I guess it depends on the person.
There you go. There are people, man. There are people who get into there is no greater feeling in the world. People say that love is the best emotion you can feel, but there is no greater emotion that a human being can feel than righteous indignation. When you are right and everybody else is wrong and you're pissed at them about it and you have every reason to be. It's anger, but so much better because it's anger that you can just say whatever you want and it can almost be forgiven because it's like you deserve it. So people get into that and it's like a drug for them, this righteous indignation. And here's this guy who put up videos of him abusing his kids. And they went after him, and Joy went after him really hardcore. And it got the change that she wanted. He's not doing videos of abusing his kids. Is he still abusing his kids? Who knows? I don't know. Yeah. But he's not doing it on YouTube anymore. He's not profiting on it anymore as far as we know. So
he got a slap on the wrist. Now he knows better.
Yeah, and at that point, you kind of go, and I mean, it's hardly a slap on the wrist. He did get 2 kids taken away from him, as far as I know. So you kind of at that point got to go, he's taken his lumps, he's done his time, and now he's doing gaming content. So I'm going to go on to bitch about somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, and until he does something else worthy of making videos on, you know, and so it's this kind of thing. And she's got her crazy fan base and he's got his crazy fan base. There are people that are like, I don't think that's abuse. Fuck that kid. He's just crying because he's a bitch. It's like, okay.
Well, sorry.
No. Go ahead.
I was just looking at this person's comment. They said, I always wonder if Joy and Onion are working together, and I always wonder that too.
Yeah, that's another thing I wonder.
Seriously think that they just talk behind it,
Yeah, but
behind the scenes, because why not?
Well, the thing that makes me suspicious of this is the distance between them on a regular basis. You'd think that if Onision was playing it up, he'd have more interaction. Now, I don't know what's going on Twitter. I only pay attention to Twitter when people are talking to me, really.
Right. We don't know what's going on in the DMs.
Yeah, exactly. I have no clue. So I don't really know, but, I could totally see that, hey, so, subs have slowed down. Let's give a bump, and then you do.
Hell yeah.
But she's constantly doing videos on the guy, and the way I look at it is like this: people that say that it's not bullying and she's just passionate about it and all that stuff and the other thing. Imagine if it was you.
I don't know.
Take the person out of the situation. Take Onision out of the situation. Imagine if it was somebody else that just happened to make a mistake or do something this, that, or the other thing, and she decides, I'm going to rail this person nonstop.
Right?
And every day you wake up,
her.
Yeah, and every day you wake up to another video about what a piece of shit you are. And it's like, oh, like that's, and she's calling him a pedophile and this, that, and the other thing. And it's like in her thumbnails, it's in her titles. Onision's a pedophile because of this. And it's like, oh man.
And then she goes on to talk about how we should all be kind to each other and love one another.
Find all the joy in the sparkles and all the bullshit.
Oh, in the huge pile of bullshit. Good luck finding those sparkles.
I don't know.
Buried him pretty deep.
Yeah, like Joy, it's an interesting thing because I think I've told this story before, but Joy's third video she released on the same day that I uploaded my first video on Onision. And she was one of my first probably 100 subscribers. And she subscribed to me, and I checked out her channel, and I saw she was doing videos about him, and I was like, oh, that's cool. So I subscribed to her, and I was probably one of her first 50 subscribers. And then you fast forward 10 months, and she's got 60-some thousand subscribers. I'm sitting on 1,600. Now, everybody that says she's not doing it just to milk subscribers and views, fuck you. Because every time I make a video on Onision, I would get at least 1,000 views, at least. And most of his videos are still in my most popular uploads with 6,000-7,000. I think one of them has like 13,000 views. And every time I put an Onision video up, I would get 100 subscribers, maybe 50 to 100. So
it's easy to get fans off him.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's an easy thing. So if you're doing that every day,
like she was,
that's your momentum. You know what I mean? And it carries through. And she did him for months.
She's been gaining like crazy. Like she was always getting subscribers, but now it's like, I don't know. It seems like a lot.
Yeah, I mean, she's capitalizing on the big moments, and she pumps out a bunch of content about the big moments, and she does these long videos, which helps. View time, constant view time, that helps huge in the analytics. It gets your videos pushed. She's tagging everything to Onision. He has 500 channels with a couple of million subscribers.
I'd be copyright claiming her ass too, because it's just fucking annoying.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely see where it got to a point where he was like, God damn. But those algorithms that people use to find the copyright claims, they're not accidental, and you can't really program them to work in a specific manner. You can't say it has to have X amount of my content. You can't say 1 second of my content and fuck it, do it automatically. Like, because there's rules to it that that's false. That's false claims. So they're broad rules, but they are kind of rules. Like I know one of them is you have to have less than 50% of your content be that other person's content. You have to have more than 50% of it be you.
Right. So, now she's holding her laptop up so she doesn't get in trouble.
What is that? Huh?
She's holding her laptop up in her, instead of putting the video on.
Oh.
She just holds up her laptop to show his video. Yeah. That's what she did in the last video.
That's another thing that there's all sorts of tricks. Like you can flip it and mirror the images, and that sometimes will trick them. You can run it in really, really small screens. You can make it like fuzzy. You can make it off this way or the other. Like there's tricks you can do, but you know, it's tricks. You know,
Exactly.
you're tricking the system. And that can get you in possibly more trouble. I don't even really know. I don't do these kind of things, so I don't bother to look up the possible, you know, punishments for
repercussions.
Yeah, because I'm like,
right.
I just do my and usually whenever I get something, you know, claimed, I throw out my little. It's not. It's not bad.
I bet Andy is fuzzy like a cat. His comments are funny.
But
I feel bad. Somebody sent $2. I wanted to be like, thank you. But I forgot their name.
Oh, did somebody see? I haven't even been
like say brav. Check out Wozley and Hayes channels.
$2. I do like Woz. Who's it, man?
I don't know any of them.
See, this sucks because I don't know how to get the stupid super chats to come out if I miss it. How do I do that? God damn it! See, this is why it's a test.
But his name was Sai.
This is why I'm amazed that anybody's even paying attention. God damn it! Now I don't know what to do.
Jeff Holiday definitely won though in that debate. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Jeff was
pretty good.
Jeff
was pretty good.
That was perfect from Jeff.
He was. And he has a right to be cocky, even though it's a little. I found it a little. I don't know, but he did good. He did good.
He played his.
He deserves it.
His part in that whole thing was to be. What is that? Oh, shit. Oh no!
The moderator.
God damn it! Yeah, he was supposed to moderate. He was supposed to just make sure everything flowed, and
and he just got sideswiped by that shit. So
he went into Onision's channel to do that, to say, "Look, man, come on over." And Onision took that opportunity to bitch at him, and then he got personal, and then Jeff went, "You know what? I'm not dealing with this shit anymore," and told him what for, and that's definitely, you know. Jeff's
I mean, I could definitely see both sides of it, but like it was so great.
It is. Onision apparently doesn't know who Jeff is. Jeff has a pretty good reputation for being a middle ground in things, to where he can say, look, you know, just stay on topic, or he can just keep track of time or things of that nature. He doesn't jump in and get involved a whole lot. He's not going to back up one person to the other and try and explain their point better. You know what I mean? As far as I've ever seen, whenever I've seen him moderate, he doesn't do that kind of shit. So Onision doesn't know that. So Onision's looking into it going, oh, Joy picked a moderator for this. Oh, fantastic. You know, and it's kind of the same thing of Joy going, well, you want Lainey. Yeah. And it's like, well, you want Lainey to be the moderator, and that's so much better. You know, so it's all power plays. They both are fucking with each other when they're doing that kind of shit. Because he said he wanted to have it on you now, and then she said, well, fuck that, because I'm going to do charity. So that means that automatically, like, even though it's charity, and that's fantastic, and that's great and fantastic, but she's not doing that.
I hate that word.
Well, she's not doing that for the charity. She's doing that.
She's not.
She's doing that so that she can try and force Onision on her channel instead of doing it on his.
Exactly.
Or at the very least, make it to where he has to look like a dick now, because he's the one going either, no, I'm not going to do it, but it's for charity. Or, you know what I mean? So
gag me with a spoon.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, a lot of subtle little mental manipulations, but there's still mental manipulations.
They are. And she's always talking about people being manipulative while she does it so much.
Yeah.
Her and him are like two peas in a pod. They're like, they're probably buddies in real life now. I wouldn't doubt it.
Well, I mean, hey, you know, I don't know. I can't say for sure one way or another.
Keemstar 1 minute. Now she wants to suck his asshole.
Is that a thing? Was it? Check out. Oh, I found out where to find the super chats. Check out Wozley and Hayes' channel. There you go. Yeah, definitely check out Woz. That guy's a motherfucker. I love him to death.
I will have to. I've never heard of that.
You've never heard of Wozley?
No.
Oh, he's hysterical. He did a video where he was talking about the way that I got that clip for the intro with Woz and me in the background. He did a video where he said that he believed that there could be more than two genders. And I made a quick video going, what? And so months go by, of course, because Woz takes forever to make videos. And then he gets invited on to Sargon because Sargon was on vacation. So he did a day for Sargon. And in that video, he answered my question, and he put a little clip of my video in there, and I was like, "Yay, he's talking about me!" But it was hysterical.
Yeah, that's how I felt last night.
What's that?
That's how I felt last night. I was like, "Oh my god, my shitty little clip got in a fucking video."
I thought it was perfect because it was just so many balls, and I was like, "Yeah."
I was like, "Fuck, I wish I had better lighting." I was like, I almost deleted that shit.
It was cool to take out of context because it sounds like you're saying that about me. You know, like that's what I thought was so fantastic about it. But yeah, so
I wish it was louder, but yeah.
So he made well, I tried to make it as loud as possible. I can only get up to 500.
I know my audio is shit.
But so Woz made this video going on about how he thinks there should be more than 2 genders because of sports, because he wants to see a man get mauled by a bear in an arena someday. Because essentially, if you have male, female, and other, who's to say what's another? So you could wind up opening that up into anything, and it was a fantastic video. It was so funny.
It could be a werewolf.
Yeah.
Never know.
Sure. All right. So you've had a good half hour. So does anybody else want to get on?
Oh yeah.
Does anybody else want to get on and chit chat? I'll keep you on until somebody else sends me a. Unless nobody does. Somebody in the chat say that they want to come on if they're wanting to come on, and then I will delay here with Melinda.
I want to see if you can figure out how to get 2 people on at once.
I know.
Then I'll drop. Oh,
you're
okay.
A fucking guest. You're a caller.
I get it, sir. I'll cry in my closet.
Beth Sather, get on.
Oh my god.
Beth, you want to come on? Anybody want to come on?
Jesus, where are you, Jesus?
No, please. Nobody wants to come on? Shelly, you want to come on?
I wish you would have. I'm sure somebody will say something. It's so hard to chat. Like, when you're chatting, and if you're trying to speak even just like 3 times, it can be like, no, you're not talking, and delete the message. So
yeah, the chat. I don't have like the
Beth
whatever
is
it is.
coming.
Beth is coming.
I just confirmed her.
Your headset is broken as fuck.
Beth is being shy.
Beth is being shy.
I'm just reading the messages.
Melinda's actually awesome.
Sean.
Look at that. Look at that.
Actually, I love it.
Come on, but you have hair color in your hair. I don't mind that.
Oh god. Just make sure they don't have bright
Somebody
hair
else
color.
too shy to go on shit.
Joyce Sparkle. I'm done. This is ridiculous. I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm done.
The Joyce Spackle, that shit cracked me up.
Spackle.
Oh, I was losing my shit on that one.
Joy is never done. She's never done. It is endless. She's endless freaking content too. She's as bad as onion.
Yeah.
Boulder Dash.
Seriously, her headset is broken. Beth doesn't want to get on. Beth's coming up with every excuse she possibly can.
You kids, man.
Well, is there anything else that anybody wants to talk about? It's been an hour. It's fucking.
Probably not. How about no? I'm an idiot, so I would probably die if I went on chat.
You're in the chat, buddy.
Dude, you're in the chat. You're already in it.
Right. What's the difference?
Don't be scared.
Just your voice.
I literally just got done being scared. Oh, story of my life.
So what do you don't bad.
Oh, circumcision. Let's go into that.
So topic. what do you circumcision? What do you want to talk about circumcision?
I don't know. Somebody just said why circumcision is wrong. Well, my opinion, because it's unnecessary. But
I mean, there's
2 cents on that.
There's it's one of those things. It is weird that it just happens, But I mean, you can make the choice as a parent. You can say no, don't do that.
Exactly. I think you should let your kid have the choice.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Then again, some people are like, "Oh, I prefer this," but then again, that's all they've ever known.
Well, when you get to a point where you're so old, you kind of go, "Yeah, I don't want to go through the pain of that."
Exactly.
So I think that's why they do it to babies, because they're never going to remember that sort of thing. But it is fucked up, you know.
It is fucked up because apparently, like, priests are sucking on little baby dicks.
Yeah, that was
the gross part.
I think not to cast aspersions on anybody. I think that was a Jewish thing where they.
Yeah.
I don't even know, but it was. When I heard that, I was like, "That's weird. Like, why even do that?" But okay.
This person comments, "I only allow half circumcision." And that's funny because it seems like that actually happens.
Half circumcision.
Yeah, my ex, like, I don't know, there was something they did to him where it was like half done and half not done.
Yeah. I mean, it's like just about anything else. When it gets botched, that's when it's bad.
Right?
You know what I mean? So as long as everything goes right, it's kind of like, meh.
They are giving babies herpes, damn right. Oh, there's somebody. Nicole. Hey, if you want me to go on
Twitter, can I?
Joy personally yells at me.
Really?
And then she gives her email.
Oh my gosh. All right. Let me see if I can do this.
I think Joy hates me personally too.
Copy. All right. Let me. All right. Your time is winding up, so you better.
All right. I'll go.
Just have something.
Does it just drop?
What do you got to say?
Oh my God, you put so much pressure on me when you say that.
It's your moment.
That I can't ever think of anything to say.
It's your moment.
Hello, goodbye.
All right, let me get this thing. Keep everybody entertained while I fart around with this. How about that?
I'm trying.
Dude, you got anything to pimp?
This is Nicole.
You got anything you want to toss out
just
there?
My you now.
Whatever.
My you now. I'm trying to get 100 views.
Fucking A. It starts somewhere. I remember when I was trying to get 100 views, and it took me like a year.
Right?
So, you know, these things happen. I mean, I've been on YouTube for 3 years now, and I can tell you that all but 20 of my subscribers have been here for less than fucking a year, because they've all come from recent, you know. So I had 20 subscribers until I started doing commentary, and now I've got 1,600. And
I know, it's crazy.
There you go. All right.
Is roommate real?
Is roommate real?
She did a reveal thing on Roommate, but I didn't really watch it.
I didn't watch it either. It looked like her with a big weird looking beard on, with her hairstyle and a beard.
I feel like, I don't know. Hey, Stay Negative! Get his ass on here.
Stay Negative. Holy shit.
Down with mass emailing and white knighting and pickles.
All right.
Nice.
Hi, Melinda, can you hear me?
I can hear you. All right, Melinda.
Holy shit.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, hold on. Let me mute my stream. Damn it.
Do I hang up?
That's good. Sorry, the echo thing. So, yeah, what I was saying, Joy, every time we go on her stream, she basically yells at us because me and my tube, because we give her constructive criticism.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and we're like telling her, oh, maybe like you should you have a strike for a reason, and then she yells at us, she's like, you're a hater, you're a hater.
Oh God.
I'm like, I'm not a hater. I'm just telling you, pointing it out. And like lately, she's like blocked me, like she's put her email out there, and I'm like, Joy, you can't put your email out there and then not expect people to not email you. It's like saying putting your phone number out there and then not expecting people not to call you.
Exactly. Yeah.
And sorry.
No. That's fine. Keep going.
And I love your videos. Like, you're very real and in depth.
Oh,
but at the same time, you're very funny.
Oh, thank you.
And I was telling this to my friend MyTube, and we were like laughing because we're like, you're basically calling her out, but you're also calling Onision out, and that's what like I do. Like I'm like I don't have a channel, but I'm like, oh my god.
Well, they're both doing dumb stuff. You know? So it's like, man.
I'm like, I don't have a problem with people making content, but you have to like 80, like 100 videos in like 6 months. Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, I mean, it is a ridiculous thing when you look at the sheer amount of it. So it was so funny to me during the debate when Onision like brought up her channel, and he's like, "You've done 6 videos on me this week." I'm like,
I know. I was laughing. I was honestly laughing.
But I mean, you know, scumbag that he is, you can still kind of look at that and go, well, Jesus, that is kind of ridiculous.
He has a point, though.
Yeah, nobody does that except for her that I know of.
Nobody does it.
I can't think of any other you've gotten really far away. Nobody as far as I've ever seen has ever done. I mean, I've seen people go on, you know, like MGTOW channels. They're always doing MGTOW videos, but it's a MGTOW channel. You know what I mean? You expect that. But to do the same, you know, a video on the same person, you know, it's just not necessary. And she has the guy say, whoa.
Yeah.
You're really loud.
Oh yeah, my microphone. I'm trying.
I will let you figure that out for a second, and then I will unmute you. Oh, let's see what's going on in the chat.
That should be a bit better.
All right, good. There we go.
It lowers it itself. I'm trying to kind of figure that out. Yeah, but like the one time when the Daddy 05 stuff came, and I tweeted her like when I had Twitter, because when she had her messages open, and I told her, Joy, maybe you should, you know, tone it down a bit because people are starting to get mad. And all of a sudden she starts cussing me out because I started saying, because I started calling her out, but I wasn't calling her out. I'm like, you know, maybe you're intending to help and that's fine, but maybe tone it down a bit, or, you know, do another video and then come back to it.
Exactly. You do something like I do pretty much every. One second, Paul. My Twitter is in the description of the stream that you are watching. It's easy to find.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, you're getting loud again.
Yeah, I'm just sorry.
But like, you know, I do pretty much every Riley video, more or less. There's a couple I skip here and there, but first off, she posts about once a week. So it's easy to split it up because she's posting once about every week. And she usually does different topics. So when I'm doing a Riley video, yeah, I'm doing another Riley video, but Riley's saying some more crazy stuff about a different thing at least. But if I was doing, you know, like the Joy's version, if it was Riley instead of Onision, would be she puts out a video every week. So I'm going to do a week's worth of videos on this video. And then next week I'll do a week's worth of videos on the next video. And it's like, that's different. That's way different.
Like, God, I understand maybe 1 or 2 videos or something.
Yeah.
Or if there's a development on a case, okay, I get it.
Sure.
But to do every single time, like 500 videos, and then do different videos, like, people get pissed off because then you're not just screwing up a big case, but then you're screwing up the kids.
Yeah.
I get maybe let's say 10 videos if there's developments in a case, but spread them out and like whatever. And then
but she does videos to tell people that she's going to do a video that's going to have new information. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to do a video soon. And then she goes on with an entire video about them. And then the next video is, here's the new information. And then she goes for an entire video about it. And then the next video is, I'm going to have new information soon. You know, it's
there's no point.
Yeah. So
like, you might as well just make a Twitter about that.
Exactly. Like you can do that pretty efficiently in a blog, I think.
Or maybe make a tweet. I'm making a new video about this in like 2 days. There, done.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, and apparently,
What in the hell?
That's not me.
No, that's me. Twitter sucks a dick now. They put advertisements in it that turn on their own.
Yeah, but even now, she said in a recent video, like I just watch it for comedy now. Honestly, she was saying now that when she did the recent one on Onision's claim, she was saying that she's gonna do the Daddy 05 information, all the information coming out in a week or so. And I'm like, why did you have to kick the man when he's down about his IRS thing? It's not just affecting him, it's affecting his wife, it's affecting their kids. Like, I get you want to do that about their behavior, but do you have to do that when, like, you're kicking an entire family when they're down? Like, what the hell?
Exactly. Like it's I don't even know, man.
That crosses a line. Like, that goes into, like, deplorable behavior. And apparently she had filed bankruptcy too, so she knows. So she gets it, but she doesn't. So she doesn't give to, like, you know what? I pointed out too when she had her strike. I'm like, Joy, if you had a strike, maybe YouTube thought you deserved it, and harassing them wouldn't be the proper way to do it.
Exactly. I got a strike for harassment, so everybody go and tell YouTube that's bullshit.
No, and then on Benji's stream, okay, she's like, "Hey, can I address the haters? $500? No, $5, right? Sorry, $5."
Oh gosh.
And she's like, "Can I address the chat?" She addresses me. She addresses American Nightmare, and she addresses somebody else. She tells me because when I wrote whatever I wrote on her Twitter, I felt kind of bad, so I apologized, like how I wrote it, right? Not what I said, but how I wrote it.
Yeah.
And she's like, "You're two-faced because you said one thing and then you apologize." I'm like, dude, just because I apologize doesn't mean I'm not going to be critical. It means I felt bad for how I said shit.
I'm apologizing for my tone, not what I said to you.
Exactly. And also, I deleted my Twitter because I don't want people to come and attack me or my family. Turns out one of her haters actually came and attacked my YouTube.
No shit.
No, they came. They tried to find my information.
Wow.
And I told her this, and I have the screenshots. I can email you later. And like I told her, I'm like, hey, like, listen, if you want, after your stream, your haters came and came after me, and like, if you don't like stop because this is bullying, I will report your channel because I can't report them because she's like, oh, you shouldn't have been an asshole then.
Wow. See, that's not an excuse.
I'm like,
because that's not an excuse. Just because Anita's an asshole doesn't mean she deserves to have people coming after her. You know what I mean? That's not an excuse. No. A lot of people, that's so subjective that it's ridiculous. Like, no.
And I told her, come after me, fine. I don't care. Like, I have nothing. But come after people in my life that have nothing to do with this.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, I'm coming after you now.
Yeah. No. That's just wrong.
Because I have people that are younger in my life, that are older in my life. They don't need to be involved.
Exactly. That's why I limit, a lot of that kind, those kind of stories and stuff like that. I don't much talk about my personal life because it's my personal life. I give everybody, I hope, enough. Yeah. And I hope everybody's able to respect the fact that I still want to be, have a maintained level of
honesty.
Like distance, but I don't want to say distance because I love interacting with you guys. Without interacting with you guys, there really is no point in doing this for me. So it's like I want to be as accessible as possible to you guys, but at the same time, I have a family to worry about too, and things of that nature, and I wouldn't want somebody to come after them. So I don't often talk about where exactly I am or anything like that because you never know. Like the broader of a net you cast, the more fish you catch, and some of those fish are ugly and nasty, and you can't just throw them back.
And the irony is, she's put up a video on 2 of her channels, like one the day before and one the day after I sent her that email, setting up my boundaries.
Wow.
She didn't call me out, but she basically said that, like, people should email me in private because as I get bigger, like, I have to have more and more boundaries, and people email me in private. I'm like, then dumbass, don't put out your email. Literally on her Twitter, every 5 minutes, please email me at joysparklebs@gmail.com. gmail.com. Like,
whatever information you disseminate, that's the information the public is going to use, no matter what it is. I mean, like, people dig for that kind of stuff. So yeah, you're going to get messages all the time. You think PewDiePie doesn't get like, I bet you he doesn't even bother to look at his email because he's got millions of emails that he's getting every day. It's like, where do I begin?
I bet you know, it's spam at this point.
Yeah, like it's awesome to get there, and I can't wait. I think that'll be amazing when I get there, but it's like the balance of trying to be able to chat with everybody is going to get ridiculous. It's just going to turn impossible. So, but you still, I still am going to want to be able to chat with you guys. I love doing this format. I like having you guys on for a little while and, you know, and chatting with you guys. I think it's fantastic. I haven't seen many other people do this, just kind of open it up to kind of like a call-in type show. But yeah,
sorry.
Go ahead. No.
I would like to do something like this, like, even if it's not like a YouTube thing, I would like to do something like this where, like, basically I had an idea where it's like every so often I do like a bullshit in the news or bullshit in YouTube, and it's not just about her, it's like in general.
Yeah.
And then people come on and we discuss crap, and problem is I just get nervous around like other people. Like, it's hard to actually formulate stuff. So if it's like, so if I'm chatting with other people, it'd be fine. Problem is when you're articulating in like a 2-5-minute video, I'm like, how do you do that?
Yeah, I don't know. I just sit in front of the camera and wing it. Like,
that too.
I think I've written 2 scripts, and both of them were essentially voiceovers. So I needed to be able to look at what I was, you know, it's not something you can really just make up as you go along and have it sync well. So that's the only times I've ever written scripts. Like, I don't bother with them because usually I come up with things on the fly that are a hell of a lot funnier than I would plan ahead of time. You know?
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's how you go. That's pretty cool though that you can do that, like wing it like that. I have to like be careful like what I say because it's like,
oh well, believe me, there are some times where I say something and I'm like, yeah, that I'm gonna get in trouble.
all of a sudden YouTube comes like, attention, your video has been flagged for harassment. I'm like, the day Joy got that thing for harassment, I just grinned. I'm like,
yeah,
finally.
It's funny. It's like, well, yeah, how many videos do you need to make before you kind of go, yeah, it's a little bit harassment. Okay.
And then she got her channel back because some Twitter dude helped her.
Yeah.
Trigger happy.
Well, hey, good for her, you know, whatever. Like, the thing that disappoints me about that, it isn't that she got her channel back. That's whatever. You're great. What disappoints me is that, again, you know, we made a ruling. We have a set of rules, and certain people can adhere to them, and other people will be forced to adhere to them. And I don't, you know, I don't like that. You broke the rules, and it was deemed that you broke the rules. They said, nope, we've made a final decision on this. And then they said, all right, we changed our mind. I hate that. Like, when it's just the caving, that just annoys me. Because once you do that, now you've done that. And everybody's going to want that.
No, that's because she went through, like, loopholes, and she had her little, like, demon followers, like, go, like, harass YouTube for 5 years. I think they did that because she literally, like, told people to go harass YouTube. That's why.
Yeah, that's another thing. You get into some tricky area there when you're telling everybody to go and tell somebody something, because you know, like I said, you cast a broad net. You never know who you're going to get, and you never know what they're going to say, and sometimes that can hurt you. So,
I I would have just like removed her channel. Like if I was YouTube and people harass me, I'm like, I would have just given her 2 more strikes automatically because now they're harassing you.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. You know, it is what it is.
It's like, it's not fair. Onision did so much worse.
Yeah, other people did bad things, so I should be able to do bad things too.
Okay, so if Johnny murdered 5 people, I can go murder 5 people too? Like,
yeah.
Is that the logic, Joy?
Exactly.
Like, I love Joy's logic on that.
Nah.
I really do. Like,
all right. I want to see if I can get one more person in here. No offense, Nicole. It's great to have you on.
None taken.
I'm trying to give everybody around a half an hour. You know, we're getting, it's 9:30ish, and I'm. You know.
I will get off so you can do that.
Cool. Is anybody else? I mean, if not, we'll just wrap up with you. But does anybody else want to get on? Ren, are you still here? Do you still want to get on?
I will get off. It was nice talking to you. All right.
Well, and nice talking to you, Nicole. Come back anytime.
Of course.
Yeah. I'm kind of getting to the point with it where I'm like, yeah, the Joy thing is just, we're just going roundy round. I definitely want to do this more. Oh wait, I have a super chat. Reno, my dude Reno. Glad to see your streaming. Keep up the good work. And another one, Reno. Glad to see your streaming. Keep up the good work. I don't know if YouTube doubled that for me or whatever. But as far as the next stream, man, I don't know. I'll post, like, I'll do events for it ahead of time whenever I'm going to do it. How about no? Is that who you want to? If you want to join, if you want to join, send me a tweet and I will send you the link. Send me a direct message through Twitter. All that stuff is found in the comments or the whatever it is, the description. Don't be surprised if Joy makes a vid on me next. I think that'd be interesting. I'd like to see what she'd have to say. I think that would be. How do we use super chat to tip you? I have no clue. Not a clue in the world. I've never done it before. I don't know how any of it works. I'm still trying. I just recently figured out how to even read the damn things. Yeah, everybody hates Twitter. If you want to send me an email, I'll email you too. But I'd like to get one more person on to get me to do a nice round 2 hour. Oh, thank you, Howie. I will do more live streams. This is fun. I like having you guys on. I think that's Andy versus Angels Collide. What's the email? My email is also in the description. I believe it says Andy's email, right? Email Andy. Yep, that's me. You want to join, but you don't have much to talk about. Well, that's fine, as long as you have something to talk about. Make sure you have a topic that you'd like to discuss. I would like to move on from Joy and Onision, however, so try and come up with something new. But if anybody has anything that they'd like to chat about, I think you can do it on a phone. Melinda was on a phone. I think Nicole may have been on, or I don't know. Am I an East Coaster? Yes, I am. I live in Ohio, in the great heartland of this wonderful United States. I picked topic. What happened with vegan cheat on here? So is somebody trying to come? Oh yeah, you need to have the app for Hangouts. I'm sorry. Yeah, that is true. Still banned. McGregor. I like McGregor. Yeah, the Hangouts app. Of course, I'm going to publish this to the channel. Why not? I think it does it automatically. Figure out exactly why people hate it, because he's not genuine. You never know what to believe with him. I think is what it is. He comes on with a video where he's crying about something, and then 2 days later he makes a video about what a great fucking actor it is. So it's like, well, okay, if you get to a point where you don't, you know, where people can't trust your word, then hey, that's pfft, why would anybody listen to you if you're just going to make a video a couple of days later talking about how your last video that you made was bullshit? So pfft, fuck that. Nobody wants to watch that shit. And that's not, you know, that's where he gets most of his hate is from those videos when he's just doing dumb shit and making silly songs and crap like that. But Onision is not genuine. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, but at least he doesn't say he's sick to get the sympathy. That's true. That's true. He just does all sorts of other weird things to get sympathy. He gets on crying about this, that, and the other thing, and smokes. What do I smoke? I smoke Camels. Boston's Anti-Foz channel. No, but I will check that out. Yeah, who's next? Who's coming on? Anybody? Social democracy. Ugh. I don't want to talk about socialism. Not with you, Jow. Well, where he met Billy the Fridge at the truck stop to eat breakfast. He seemed like a normal dude. Huh. I don't think I've ever seen that. Not sick, but whining about the IRS audit. Yeah, he whines. He doesn't do sympathy for being sick. He does sympathy for, well, oh, woe is me. Just whines. So Rob doesn't have the app. I think like every time I get a phone, it seems to have the Hangouts app just on it. Like I could never get rid of the damn thing. I'm like, why do I have this? Yeah, because you make too much sense. Sure. Well, do you have any questions? How about now? Any questions you might want to ask me? Anything like that? We can do that. Just get me talking. We'll see where it goes from there. Who knows? Yeah, and it's, I mean, you just Google Hangouts and it'll take you right to it. What's the new job? The new job is extrusion. They make, it looks like they make like hose for like washing machines and stuff like that. Like water hose is pretty much is what it looks like. And it's plastic extrusion. And I'll pretty much be just making sure the machine runs properly. And yeah. Am I going to watch Game of Thrones tomorrow? Does Game of Thrones start tomorrow? Usually what happens with TV shows especially, I wait at least a good month or two, and then I'll binge watch like half of it, and then I'll wait and binge watch the rest of it. What do I think of Scientology? Oh, Jesus Christ. I think any time that you are taking a sci-fi novel and saying this is my Bible, Star Wars is a better option. How's the new job so far? I don't know. All I've done is taken a piss test. That was pretty fun. I went in there and I said, I have pee for you. And they said, great, put it in this cup. And I went, awesome. And then I gave it to them. And she looked at it and she wrote a little thing out. And then she put it in another thing. And then, yeah, I was told to leave. She's like being a co-host, Melinda. Maybe that's a thing we could do sometimes. Have somebody on to just kind of hang out and keep things kind of going. I don't know. Random person. I would. Hey, anybody who randomly wants to get on. Shall I repeat for you? Whoa! Somebody hates Star Wars. Okay, well we can get you on and talk about that shit. That doesn't even make any sense to me. How the fuck do you hate Star Wars? What are you, a Star Trek fan? Like you can't be a fan of both? Weird. How would I join the call? Is it? It's Google Hangouts. Yes, you have to have the Google Hangouts thing, and And Star Wars is okay. Okay. But you don't care for either. What are you, a girl? Is that what it is? I could see that. They milk Star Wars like Joe. You know what? Star Wars is a giant fat fucking cow that needs milking constantly. It's so easy to milk Star Wars. Egalitarian. Yeah, loving Star Wars and Star Trek, I guess, would be pretty egalitarian. Sexism is not okay. No, sexism is not okay. But we all have to understand that women are just weaker because they don't like Star Wars usually or Star Trek. Why is there no sound? Is there no sound now? Did something happen? Did I fuck up? Am I good? It looks like I'm good. What kind of role model am I? I'm the kind that, I don't know, makes fun of girls. Who sent email? Somebody sent me an email. All right. Looks like we might have somebody coming on. I don't know. Checking the email. I don't see. Okay. Here we go. All right. And I will reply. Now let's see if I still have this. I do. Fantastic. All right. So we're going to get, who is that we're getting? Let me see if I can. Tylaro Jugod. Oh, this should be interesting. No, we're not still on Onision. If you're coming on to talk about Onision, I'm going to change the subject quick. That little puppy is the cutest in the world. Yeah, apparently his name is Boo. Everybody keeps asking me, is that Boo the dog? And I'm like, I don't know. It's the I put sad puppy into Google image search. Shenanigan Hepner. Egocast, I've become a big fan, man. I love your views. You seem like an awesome dude. Well, thank you. You seem like an awesome commenter. Yeah, it's me. I identify as a sad puppy. That's my third grade class picture. He's a cool looking dog, little Boo. He looks like a teddy bear. Boo is an abuse sex. I respect women. Fuck yeah. PewDiePie cracks me up. Did anybody see the PewDiePie video he did about that old Polish prime minister talking about women? I'm not saying they need to earn more. I'm saying that they do because they're short. Well, I don't know. I sent out the link as far as I know. Did I? Tylaro Jugod. You coming? Be a commenter for a living. I don't know how that would work. How do you monetize your comments? You have to make YouTube videos to do that. Yeah, if PewDiePie debunked the wage gap, that was hysterical. Uh-oh, I hear somebody.
What up?
Hello? Hello?
Yo.
Hello.
Hello.
Tylor Jugod. How you doing?
Not bad.
Welcome on the show. You're the last guest. You got 10 minutes. What's up, man? How you doing?
Just persuasive speech or something. I don't know.
If you got one, start it.
Oh shit, man. I don't know. I got nothing prepared. Just it's good to see you on the stream, man. I like your channel. I like your broadcast.
Cool. Thanks a lot,
man. Just very personable. So I didn't really have a Like I hadn't anything written down or anything, but
oh no, that's fine.
It's cool to be on here and
we're just chatting.
Thanks for doing it, man. Thanks for doing the work.
No problem, dude. Yeah, it's cool that people appreciate that. That was really unexpected, you know. You never think that anybody's ever even going to watch it, and then all of a sudden, it's people are watching it, and it's cool.
Well, I'm in the South, and I figured, you know, I pretty much figured it was around Cleveland, you know, from the accent and everything like that.
Yeah. It surprises me that people can tell different regional accents of the United States. That's a talent I do not have. Man, like you got to have an accent. You know?
You got to like, I don't know. I've been covering mine up for a long time because you want to be like, "Hey, man."
Yeah.
Hey, brother, man, what you doing there, man?
Yeah, that's when you go, oh, that's the South.
I gotta let me take inventory of the way I'm speaking. But like Delaware is the fucking one. Delaware is the one I can tell always.
Over there. Boston, that's another one. You got your Boston.
Yeah.
What is it? Oyster chowder, whatever it is, clam chowder. Yeah. You got to have like an actual like accent. If it's just a slight like dialectual thing or whatever, oh man,
you got to be one of the fold.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. Like for real, that's about I'm not super interesting or anything, but it was cool to get on and at least
no,
like,
that's
what
cool.
up? You know, like yo,
right?
Cool that you do it, man, and it's appreciated for real.
Awesome. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate you guys wanting to get on and chat. That's cool. I mean, otherwise I'd be sitting here just reading the chat, and that nobody now wants to just watch that because you got to figure this is going to be uploaded later, and it's not going to have the chat because I don't know how to do that. So
like, yeah, Onision is bad.
Exactly. There's going to be long spans of that. So this guy, I figured this would kind of help to break it up because it's like, you know.
Have you seen that dude? That guy, some guy 827. He makes some like if you're gonna be like indulgent in it, you know. I don't know. I caught it because it was on one of my suggestives, but that dude's got some good videos, man. He does a lot of research. And Onision was fucking with him back in the day, and like.
Who is this? Oh, some guy.
Yeah.
No, I've heard of him, but it's one of those things where you never really know if that's what you're, you know, like it's like some black guy. You know what I mean? Like you ever heard that some black guy, and it's like, what one? Yeah. So
yeah, I mean, it's funny, you know. He's like trying to be ironic with it. He does good stuff too.
Yeah, I'll have to check him out.
I don't know. I got up at like 3 a.m, and that shit was on. I was like, I don't know if it was early and it just caught me, but it seemed interesting at the time, at least.
What is some guy? What's the number?
827.
827. Yeah, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I'm always looking for people to watch because you never know what's going to be content. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
who's a couple that you watch? Just like, you know, click on every time they put something up, pretty much.
Every time they put something up, I don't know. PewDiePie's gotten really good, but sometimes like with video games, I got to be interested in the game. So you know, but like Bearing, I will watch every video that Bearing puts up. He's always consistently funny. Wasley, I'll watch every video he puts up. But like some guys like Undoomed, normally I would because Undoomed is just kind of funny. He's got his own approach.
He kind of wears himself out though.
Yeah, but like certain subjects, I'm like, I don't really care about hearing another wage gap video, dude. You know, so I don't know. It's I think it's you know, some people they get in their niche and it's like I'm gonna talk about feminism. That's it.
Yeah, just like after a minute, it's just like,
bruh. But there's, even as wide and varied as feminism is, it's like after a while, you're hitting the same subjects.
Well, I'll tell you what I think about feminism. The only thing that I can really say about it is like I can kind of understand.
You're breaking up.
Be like a girl, or no, like a woman is going to be, you know, she's going to do this business meeting thing, and she's got these guys, and you know, she comes upon the group of 3 guys, and she's professional and does her thing and goes away, and all 3 guys are being dicks, being like, thinking about, you know, how I'm gonna fuck this girl, and so she's like, you know, she's just trying to do her thing, trying to be professional. That's a play. Or like going to Walmart. My girlfriend all the time gets fucking, you know, she goes by as dudes, you know, being weird and stuff like, you know, and that's just
leers
like,
and
I do that, and then we don't have to have that conversation. We'll just
exactly
not be weirdos to girls. And be respectful.
Let's just treat people like people.
Yeah, we don't have to be like on a war path. We don't have to be a warrior about it. We can just be the fucking regular dude and just not be a weird creep, you know? Shit.
Yeah. It's like it's funny because like I sometimes I don't often game with random people, but every once in a while you do, and then you hear a girl voice and you go, "Hey, you're a girl," and they all. It's funny because I always do. I make a point to do it every time. I go, "Oh, you're a girl," and every time they go, "Oh, yeah," and I go, "That's fine. I don't really care." It's funny because they get that shit so often that it's like,
here it goes. Here it goes. Yeah,
probably
I'm a girl. Anybody want to send money? I am a girl.
Exactly. Yeah, I used to do that in EverQuest back in the day. I would make girl characters and pretend that I was a girl, and then people would just give me shit, and then I'd give that stuff to my other characters to sell. But I was when the Friday the 13th game first hit, and I was playing it. I was waiting for a bunch of friends that I had made to get together, and so we could play together. And I just kind of jumped into a random room, and there was one person that wasn't talking. And then we got into the game, and the way the chat in game works is it's proximity based. So I was playing Jason, and I started chasing down this person that didn't say anything in the loading screens, and she started screaming, and it was a girl. And I was like, just all of a sudden, I was like, oh, this is fantastic. So now, I'm playing Friday the 13th. What's better than walking around as Jason with a girl screaming girl screams away, running away from you? So I'm like, this is fantastic. I'm so immersed right now. And I killed her. And after it was over, I'm like, hey, whoever that girl was, thanks for that. That really made me feel like I was actually Jason for a moment.
Damn, it got real morbid real quick. We're hanging out and having a good time, and then I fucking slit her throat, and then everything was real. Then I told her I was real cool with her being there.
No, I think I hung her up on the wall on the coat hanger.
She just said something about her texture. I just thought it went with the grace.
She really had that nice jelly bounce to her animation. I just had to chase her down.
The sun bounces off her shoulder blades in the middle of the afternoon.
But yeah, so I mean, I always think it's cool to game with girls. They add a different element to it. You know what I mean? It's an almost completely different and very rare personality that you run into while you're gaming. So it's more fun, I think.
Yeah. Well, the only thing I've really played online besides Call of Duty, which I just am the person that is there to get numbers for everyone else, is I play Fight Night on Xbox Live and box with people. It's fun to me. There's a few girls on there, and they're just as good,
Yeah,
good.
Fuck it. I mean, I think where the bad stereotype came from was the beggars, because everybody knows the beggars. Will you do this for me? And why don't you just do it for me? And that's where you get I don't want to game with girls because they just want you to do it all for them. And that's not all of them. You know what I mean? So especially not nowadays. Jesus.
So we got to kick on your learning and be like, I know this. I feel like I shouldn't do this.
Yeah.
Something in my DNA says that.
Oh, I gotta help her though. She's in distress.
She ain't in distress. Bitch, just because he's in this dress.
All right, man. Well, I think I'm gonna wrap this up.
Cool, man.
Thanks for coming on, dude. Fucking, that's awesome. I think I'm gonna stick with this format. Unless I wind up with guests, and then it's probably going to be a lot of me talking to guests, and then I'll probably have some people jump in for callers just to kind of do like radio talk show type of calls and stuff like that. And
whatever you feel like doing, man, you do it. I'm gonna keep watching it, man. Good job, and appreciate the work, dude.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I'm glad that everybody's reacting well to this. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, well, we're fucking amazing people, so
yeah, damn right. I am making a pretty damn good community, I gotta say. I'm really happy with the things that I see in the comments. There's really not a whole lot of shenanigans, you know what I mean, and that makes me pretty happy. So yeah, it's great to have you all here.
Not to I don't know, but yeah, man, I will let you go. Peace. Thanks for letting me be on here and say what up.
No problem. Anytime. All right. So I think that's pretty much going to be it. I'm going to check and make sure if I have any other super chats that I needs to read. If I can, right? No, we're good. All right. So, where am I? Oh shoot, I lost the screen with the chat. Well, anyways. That's it. I'm going to wrap this up. That's going to be the end of the broadcast. I hope everybody had as much fun being a part of this. as I did doing this for you guys. I'm sorry that I can't see what you guys are saying in the chat right now because I accidentally got rid of that window. But we're in it now anyways. So thank you, everybody, for being here. And until next time, have a good day and bye-bye.